So, the new Scream movie is just called Scream, not Scream 5, even though it's the 5th installment of the Scream series. Why would you want your 5th installment to share its name with the 1st installment? But more confusing than that, why would you want your 5th installment, why would you want any movie to share its name with an obscure 1981 horror film that's one of the worst slasher movies I've ever seen in my life? I said film really weird there. Film? Film? I say film. It's an Irish thing. It should be film. But film is how we pronounce it. Anyway, let's just get on with this fucking review of this movie. Scream was originally titled The Outing, but apparently the name was changed for its release on home video. And even before that, the initial working title was Butcher, Baker, Candlestick Maker. The film was written, produced, and directed by Byron Quisenberry. Byron Quisenberry sounds like a Harry Potter character. He's better known as a stuntman, and according to this one newspaper article I found about him, he had a bit part on Columbo, but I can't find any more information about this, sadly. Scream was his directorial debut, and to date, he's only directed one other movie, a 2004 flick called Hollywood, It's a Dog Life, also known as Big Chuck, Little Chuck, which was later retitled Big Sneed, Little Sneed. So then, let's explore this magnum opus. It's a bad sign when the best scene in your movie is the very first one. It's all downhill from here. We open on 3 little figurines of, well, a butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker. True to form, the butcher then butchers the other 2. I guess that's where the original title came from, but the rest of the movie has absolutely nothing to do with butchers, bakers, or candlestick makers, making this little prologue completely irrelevant. Nothing sets the mood for your scary horror movie quite like 70s sitcom music. What happened to the halfway decent John Carpenter-esque music from the opening scene? So this disparate group of assholes are our protagonists. And when I say disparate, I mean fucking disparate. Seriously, the movie never explains how half these people even know each other or why they're on this whitewater rafting trip. Okay, I guess that's not hard to figure out.
We're just having a good time.
It's established that these 2 are work buddies, and these 2 are father and daughter, and the dickheads in the cowboy hats are tour guides, but the rest of the cast is just a random gaggle of gobshites with no distinctive personalities, except for Angry Man and Fat Doofus. All of the lead actors are total no-names, bar Ethan Wayne, son of John Wayne. What the fuck is he doing in this? Not giving a good performance, I know that much. The only name I recognized from the opening credits was cinematographer Richard Pepin, credited as Rick Pepin, who'd go on to co-found PM Entertainment with Joseph Murphy and produced some of the best direct-to-video action movies of all time. Scream was the first movie he worked on, which he also co-produced, so we can at least be thankful to Scream for giving him a start. This was also the first movie for composer Joseph Conlon, who later found success as a prolific composer on television. He was nominated for 2 Emmys and wrote the theme song for NCIS. Alright, so what's actually going on here? Well, the rafting party find themselves stopping off for an overnight stay in a long-abandoned ghost town for no reason. Like, they don't have to stay there, they just inexplicably decide to do so. And then there's a killer or something on the loose. I say or something because Scream is a lot of things, but straightforward is not one of them. Soon night falls, and no joke, there's a solid 5 minutes here where absolutely nothing happens at all. Well, this guy does smoke a cigarette, I guess. Then this guy walks around for a bit. Eventually we get the first kill, sorta. This happens so quickly and is shot so badly, and all the characters are so nondescript and interchangeable that it took me a few minutes to figure out which of them was even supposed to be the dead guy. Apparently it was this fella. Aw no, every time these 2 were on screen I felt like I was watching fucking vaudeville or some shit.
You need some help there, honey?
A little. Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, I'm a builder.
Where are my shoes? Lou, where are my shoes? Damn it, Lou, where the hell did you put my shoes?
Stan, damn it, get your ass out of bed.
What the fuck fuck just happened? After another 5 minutes of characters wandering around doing fuck all, the other guy gets it. Or I think he does. He goes into a cabin, the door closes, then it cuts to the other characters covering up what I guess is his corpse. Like he was killed off screen, then they found his body off screen, and nobody has any real reaction to it at all? Alright, whatever. Check out this amazing line reading, by the way.
I think we ought to get back to the saloon.
Sounds like how I say film. This is about the time the paranoia starts to set in. Quisenberry was apparently inspired by Agatha Christie's classic And Then There Were None, and is trying to recreate the formula, but utterly lacks the talent necessary to do so. The remaining characters seem to think that the killer must be one of their own number, yet despite this they continue to wander around in the dark by themselves. Why not all just stay together in the one room? At this point, you deserve to be killed. And I guess at some point the old guy's daughter must have become aware her father's been murdered, but she, once again, has no reaction to it. Everyone's carrying on like this whole thing's a minor annoyance rather than a life-threatening situation. Even when they awake the next morning to find their rafts missing, it doesn't feel like things have gotten that much worse. Is everyone in this flick doped up on Xanax? Nobody thinks to formulate a plan, instead they decide to just stand around.
That's not very practical.
It's like they're hoping two dudes will just ride on in on motorcycles to save them. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so these assholes are...
This is Jerry, I'm Rod. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not going to remember that.
We'll become fast friends, I'm sure.
John Wayne's kid borrows one of the bikes and fucks off with, what was his name?
This is Jerry, I'm...
Alright, Jerry, to go find help. The other biker stays with the rest of the group, so he's essentially just traded places with John Wayne's kid. What was the fucking point of this? Why not just keep John Wayne's kid around and not bother with these two Muppets? Their arrival in the long run makes no impact to the plot whatsoever. Maybe John Wayne's kid was too busy making, BJ and the Bear? Who could forget his star turn as Eric Jeffers? The second night, the group actually grow some brain cells and take my advice of all staying together in the one room. They also set up a sort of alarm system should anyone try to intrude upon their slumber.
Got a cigarette? Need something to calm my nerves.
Sorry, I don't smoke.
Damn.
Essential dialogue.
Think I'll get some coffee.
I'll get it for you.
Would you?
How do you want it?
Black.
You got it.
Credit where credit's due. This bit is almost effective, where Orange Shirt here looks in the mirror and sees a bloodied reflection of himself staring back. Then out of nowhere, he gets fucking yeeted straight through the door. Damn it. Also around this time, the fat guy gets spooked by a spider. Apparently, director Quisenberry dubbed these screams in himself during post-production. At this stage, we're nearly an hour in, but things are only now about to get truly fucking bonkers.
Oh, God, what the hell is happening?
This chick, Patricia, randomly walks out of the cabin. Then we cut to someone picking up an axe. Then we cut back to Patricia waking up on the floor of the other cabin where the bodies are being stored. Then she runs back to the original cabin and crashes straight into the jury-rigged alarm bell thing. What a dumb bitch. And when everyone else runs outside, why is there a close-up of Patricia's feet? What is going on? Oh, and then the fucking Grim Reaper shows up.
What do you...
He just rides on into the film out of fucking nowhere. He's even carrying one of the dead bikers with him. And you're not going to fucking believe this. No one even bats an eyelid. If you were being terrorized by an unseen murderer, then a fucking ghost cowboy just appeared out of the darkness, wouldn't you, I don't know, have a mental breakdown or at the very least shit your pants? Why is nobody bothered by this? Why is everyone so casual? Why do they invite him inside and sit down and talk with him without ever questioning who the fuck he is? Who he is Golden Globe nominee and NFL star Woody Strode, here slumming it in maybe the lowest point of his entire career. Woody from Toy Story was named after this guy. I think he's supposed to be explaining what's going on in the film, but somehow it makes even less sense after his little visit, which by the way they shot all in one day. Despite the cowboy aesthetic, he claims to have actually been a sailor, produces a magical compass of some sort, and talks about some old sea captain he used to know. And then, just like that, he rides away again. And everyone's just like, guess we'll just carry on cowering for our lives then.
Here, hold this. I'll be right back.
It's like the people in Scream haven't even seen Scream.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Alright, let's just wrap this shit up and condemn it.
Haven't we had enough pain?
A couple more characters whose names I can't remember are killed off. The music reminds me of the score to Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Great sound design too. Oh no. John Wayne's kid shows back up again, so I guess he's still alive. Okay. Then the killer launches his final assault on the cabin, dragging the fat guy through the door. Looks like it's lights out for this Chris Farley wannabe, but then... Okay, I guess that's the end of that. Then a random couple, who I don't know who they're supposed to be, just show up to, I guess, rescue the survivors, and the movie just pretty much ends. Well, we do get another shot of the little figures, followed by a close-up of this painting that we've never seen before. 1891, what's that got to do with anything? Who the fuck knows? So you're probably wondering what the fuck this movie was even about. Well, so am I. Who was the killer supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be the ghost of the sea captain, who we never see. And if he was a ghost, how did Ghost Rider here kill him by shooting him with a gun? Can ghosts be killed by guns? And if he could kill the ghost with a gun, why didn't he do that earlier? Why did he just leave these assholes to their doom? Why was Janice wandering around earlier? Was she supposed to be possessed or under a spell? For what purpose? And what does the ghost of a murderous sea captain have to do with little figurines of a murderous butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker? I have so many questions! Scream is a stunningly incompetent film. The characters aren't even characters, they're props. The story is pretty much incomprehensible. Nothing makes any sense. Nothing even happens most of the time, and when it does, it's too bloody dark to see anything. There's no gore, and even less tits. No tits!
You're worse than a kid.
Truly the only screaming you'll hear is that of the audio. Ah shit, someone already made that joke on IMDb. God damn it.